Okay, I'm going to show you how to import your video from the camcorder into Final Cut Pro. So first I'm going to go open up Final Cut Pro. If you haven't brought it down to the dock yet, then bring it down to the dock as you're trained on the Mac OS training. So I go to Go, Applications, and inside of there, here it is, Final Cut Pro. I'm going to go click, hold, drag. Do not just click on this icon and open it up, or else you're going to have to open up this window every single time. So as you're trained in Mac OS, click, hold, drag it down to the dock, and now you have it there always. You never have to open up this window again. It's going to save you time. Now, once you have it on the dock, go ahead and click on it. Final Cut Pro is coming up. Lovely. As it's coming up, I'm going to go, matter of fact, I might have to click a couple of things to set it up. I'm going to take my camcorder. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to take my cable, my USB cable. And my USB cable has two ports. One is small and one is big. I'm going to plug the small one into the camcorder. I'm going to plug the big one, I'm going to spin it, into the back of our computer, our monitor. See these USB ports? I'm going to go ahead, plug it in, then on the screen, just hit continue. Let's get to Final Cut. Lovely. Then, once I plugged it in, it went ahead and it sent off a signal, and it saw that there was a computer on the other side of the thing, and it says, okay, what do you want? Where do you want the film to be coming from? Well, for us, it's saved in a thing called USB Connect on the left side, this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, USB Connect. Ta-da! Now, at this point, I can just go ahead and put it down. Now, a signal went from the camcorder to Final Cut. Final Cut acknowledged that there is a camcorder on the other side of this cable, and that's why it just brought up this import window. Okay? So once it comes up, I'm going to go ahead. Now, if it appears and there's nothing here, then, and you have a lot of film on your camcorder, it's going to take a while for these guys to appear. It might just look black, that nothing is there. And so you might have to, and sometimes you'll see up here in no name, there'll be a spinning disc. Right now, I only have two. That's why it came up so fast. Over here, I'm going to check this where it says, you also want to just make sure it says videos, and that'll keep it so that it comes in, or imports. And I'm going to sit here and go add to existing event. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to type in the name of the project I'm doing. So in this case, I'm going to say it's Junk Movie. So I'm going to type in Junk Movie. And as of now, I now have the event that it will be coming in on. And all I need to do is hit this Import All button right here. And now watch this, just so you know, I'm going to hit Import All, but watch, if I hit just one clip, then it's going to not say Import All, it's going to say Import Selected. And that means it's only going to bring in that clip. If I click off, now it went right back to Import All. So those are two things you should realize. One is, if it doesn't appear immediately, it's because you probably have tons of film on here and it's trying to process it and bring it in, but it will appear eventually. The second is, if you select, then you don't have to bring them all in. You can actually go Import Selected. I want to bring it all in. I want to neutralize that. I just go click right here on a neutral spot, and now I'm back to both being there, and I'm going to say Import All, click, and right now, if I look up here, that's it. There's a clock, and that clock will show you as each one is coming in. If you have a lot of film, which some of you might, then you're going to see one big long clock taking place here, and little clocks on each clip as they're being imported in. Once this one finishes and you have that check, then you know you're good. The trick I always do is I'm going to hit close, and then I'm going to go Final Cut Pro, quit Final Cut Pro. Now, some of you are going to go ahead and disconnect this and turn off the camcorder before all that film was brought into Final Cut. And then you're going to hand it back to me. You're going to delete your films, and then you're going to hand it back to me and say, it's all done, I imported. And then you're going to find out when you come back in the next class that your film isn't there. So what I do is I close Final Cut, and I then open Final Cut. I disconnect the camcorder. I open Final Cut, and I look to see if the film is there. And if the film is there, there it is. Then I know I imported it correctly, and I can go ahead and delete them off my camcorder and turn the cable back in. If it's red clips or it's not there, then we got to import again. Try and import again. And one of the things might be you got to just reduce the number of films you have on the camcorder so that it doesn't take so long to register it and then start bringing it in. I hope this is extremely helpful for you. Enjoy bringing in importing now your films from your camcorder.